business. You said the memo was saying this is what I would like,
right?
But the contract is saying this is what it is. Okay?
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get. Mm-hmm. Okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headline.
Right. You mean you go laugh?
D.L. Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30. Now, contractually, I said I had to be on stage by 9:30 because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she says she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints. I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who as a comedian talks as much shit about everybody else as she does, she has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that because Monique is a liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying mother. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history. Because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people. Except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, it starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody with you, not even your family? How do you, I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. Because all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to.
Oh no, D.L. Hughley went in on Monique, bro. That's crazy. But I feel like he's speaking facts though, because I remember, I don't know if it was last year or the year before last, when they was both going back and forth over who was on the headline of the show, and then Monique was like, "Oh nah, he trying to sabotage me. He's trying to go against women." But D.L. Hughley showed proof that he was paid to be the headliner. So like, I don't know what's going on with that, but he always saying she always trying to play the victim. But for her to always be like, my babies, my loves, I love us for real, she did bring up the fact about the situation with his daughter, and I think it was his ex-best friend or something when he, you know, did what he did to his daughter. Monique brought that up on social media. And like, that's one thing that you don't play about. You don't play about nobody's family. Like, D.L. Hughley, he's a celebrity, yes. You could talk about him all day, but don't bring in his innocent family. His daughter did not want to hear that. The mother of his daughter did not want to hear that. Monique voluntarily brought that shit to social media about a situation when his friend basically forced himself on D.L. Hughley's daughter. And I was like, yo, that's sick. So they've been beefing for a little while now, but I don't really know too much, you know, like behind the scenes shit, but I do know a lot of shit that Monique is trying to fight for is like she did it to herself. She blackballed herself. If she didn't want to play the game and, you know, do what she had to do in the industry, you can't be mad when they blackball you. Just like Cat Williams, just like a lot of celebrities. They didn't want to play the game and they got blackballed. But they're not on the internet crying about it, trying to make it a race thing. It's a Hollywood thing. But D.L. Hughley violated her, man. What y'all think about this, your boy B?